I'm gonna go. I'll let you. You're gonna go first. Yeah, and then you'll also have first deploy. When you go first, you deploy first.
I think he's better because he does armor just as well, if not better. His morale is better, and he can still, his panic is like 90%. He doesn't have as many ways to get it. Lance is crap. Because it's horrific just as you said, it's like after, but you take -1 for each of the remaining ranks and +1.
Doesn't Lannister supremacy trigger like before?
Do me a favor, real quick. Can you see your ruler?
So after you attack them, for every rank they have left, you take a panic test of -1 for each rank, and +1 wound for each. So if they survive with all 3 ranks still, you're taking -3 +3 protection out of it super fast.
So
I was thinking about bringing Lance.
we have something we can use as a center marker. So right here is basically our. We don't. Yeah, that'll be a better option. So that is a center point for when we need to start determining quadrants. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's
I'm listing it. So that's at 6.
Oh,
That's 6.
that's 8.
I'm always.
So you gotta look at this corner is so close to me.
Oh my god.
Alright.
+1 attack by way later.
Alright, so you're in my flank, but I have tested face right now, so you can vulnerable these two.
There's too many.
There's one.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, please better than one. That's the map does map.
The map does check out.
No, the best part about this is we're past this. Kill it.
I could do it. You want to.
I mean, you don't drop me a rank anywhere else.
Yeah, but I might just want to like do it on the spine. True. Gearing up. He's ready to go. Yeah, so then -1, so I'm at 4. There's a 3 in the.
Yeah.
I take -1 wound.
It's a fucking miracle. I don't even care.
Yeah, you don't take it. Except I have my other.
I have my third. There's too many.
Do you ever watch Feature on this episode where they were like, Bender was like, they were playing poker and Fry could read minds. And so Bender, in the last hand, Bender didn't really express all day. And Fry had 4 aces on the table and he's like, yeah, I'll go with it. And they were like, Bender got 5 kings because there was a poster that got put on the table.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to count it as those. It's like, what? Yeah. I failed it. Well, that was a 4. I would have passed it. There's one room that was taking me on.
Every time I look at the Great Balls, he's such a big fucking con compared to the others. He drank his own.
anybody else?
Or you can a Leo charge over here.
What? Yeah.
I can put that there.
What do you?
Sing it on sevens. Okay. 3.
So that puts him at 5. You cancel out, and then your rear end, so you need 7.
Because
So what did you roll? 3 here. So I rolled a 7.
That's a,
Oh yeah. Okay. No. So it
okay,
doesn't
but I'm
matter.
gonna panic with the white hand.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's still 1, but 4. So that's fair.
Are they,
So-
they disorganized?
Yeah. So 3, 4, 5.
2 for panic, minus 3.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay. It's fucking magnets, man. I don't know what it's about. I switched it.
he's got first action.
I don't know what.
I will.
I've tried so many.
Alright,
Try
that one.
bearing.
Oh, here it goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
No hits,
Six
both,
tier.
both misses, but I get to reroll because the spotter.
I'm gonna. Oh,
Still no hits.
No hits.
I don't make that one hit.
Oh shit. Are you shooting me?
Yeah, I'm
Here-ish.
I'm done.
I mean, you still, you know, still guarantee you can take this. Getting a side shot.
So
I'll try and hit.
Rit's going to go on. Let's put him up. She's going on this fur left. The fur left one.
+1 attack. I'll hit you 5 dice.
I will put that too. That's all.
That's 4 hits. Yeah, all of them.
Got two.
7-inch maneuver for free.
And I will use orders with you. With that.
Attempt to hit that.
You don't have to sound
Not yet.
Where do you want to go?
Oh, that hit.
One hit. That's 2 wounds.
I control the letters, so these will go to things. Okay.
Just hit it right. Oh, they'll take 1 more damage.
What are you doing?
Trying to shred this on the window.
Oh, I actually looked to see what my cards are. I actually haven't looked
I
at
was
these.
debating like on tour band, but I think so.
I think mag is good compared to like normal street stuff. Because normal, your like Raiders can only wear shorts if you can get sight. So 5.
5s. 1. 4 right now. You
This is my. I should be good.
So yeah, 5 hits.
-3 is
Alright, so what do these guys have?
Other abilities are set charge and
Set charge, they get to make an attack as long as they're hitting the front or front and they're not engaged.
because they're engaged.
You sure?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I do believe I always do believe in that one.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Question. I can't shift his face right now, right? Sounds like, can I turn him?
When you're using both of these,
Charge here. So that's like anything goes there. In 1/6. You are currently engaged. So, now I'm hitting on force.
What's the range on your crossbows?
Long.
They what they got on their crossbows?
oh, yeah.
Ready and
I didn't
release.
re-roll this one because I was
Oh,
really,
yeah.
I re-rolled that one.
You
'cause it
charge
was,
from the front as soon as performs one range attack action on the enemy before they roll. Before their charge actions resolve.
We're gonna do this.
You got one here.
Maybe fail that panic with a 3.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
So you get one free move action. That's from maybe Val, right?
From Val. Yes.
I'm at -1 since you're in that.
So move or retreat, but as you imagine.
But I failed that.
Also, I forgot because free temper by duty.
And that's the commander.
Yeah.
Might as well, right? I think that's
Is he that one that had that nightly vow that
Yep.
you have to pick at the beginning of the game?
Yep.
So
Yes.
you've still got an action take.
so that is 6. 5.
So we call it dead.
Ah. Yeah. Yes, it is. Overrun. You imagine Verizon's is overrun.
Six plus 4. Left. Charge.
You go on a try and charge.
I think that was out. Because they attacked, they charged, they charged.
Okay. You still have
What?
rounds?
Okay, spicy.
I already failed this one.
Yeah, right? -1.
Okay, I will.
He is sucks, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Charge them from the front.
Oh, no, I'm not. So you failed.
You're gonna try and charge them.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Do your pivot.
Do the rest.
Mance, no. I'm rolling.
And measure from the front.
Cancel that.
And
Well, then, actually, I'm going to
you're gonna do, what's their movement?
I
Yours is
refuse
six.
to accept
Yours
that.
is
That
six.
unit
So-
is dead.
You're 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You gotta go, you're past 10,
This is
so
the
you
same
need your
trigger.
5.
When a friendly combat unit defeats the
Because maybe that I'll reroll.
Okay, so move up as far as you can with that. So you said it's a 6 base movement or a
I think
so you're moving up 9.
I think they're dead.
All right.
I think
You're going to make
I think
a
couple of
panic
big
test now.
walls and careful positioning made it.
Yeah, no, I.
7.
Yeah.
So they pass on 7.
Oh, it's fucking
Okay,
right.
then.
Stacks away.
Yeah, this was in my hand. Probably.
All right. So
I think that stance combo, I don't think I could beat without mag or, maybe a good charge with a
all
chariot
right,
or something.
we're going to do.
Even that,
It's pretty much.
at max, I'm hitting 7 dice or 7 hits, and that's it, all connect.
I can shoot into myself and
Heal up.
my healing shooting.
Yeah.
Which is
No,
why I thought
I like that though. I mean, that's
Two.
like Kyle's list. No,
There.
you played Kyle's fucking rose.
So obviously I'm going to
this is
charge.
Yeah.
So it's 7 die.
But you know what? Like,
so
Why couldn't I roll
when
like this
first started
for
playing
my-
this game, my
Huh?
go-to
Why couldn't I roll like this for my scorpion?
Well, I mean,
Okay, yeah, right.
so what do they hit on?
I hit on 3 ups, so it's 6 hits.
And like that's exactly what happened. I mean, that's when I was like my first 4 games were probably like that.
and I mean, like I said, frankly, yeah, it's a little cheeky, but like, it's basically
And
right?
well, they took 5, but they're still alive.
Yeah, dude, I'm down with Celeste, man. That was pretty annoying.
No, yeah, I mean, she's pretty cool.
All right. Still got full.
Yeah, the old Celeste, she was 5 points, but when you talk to once per game thing,
She
you
went
get
away.
Yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
see that. I'm not giving you like unless it's round 6.
Yeah, I mean, like, early game, just putting like an extra activation advantage, like especially when it's like revoked and you're already at an activation disadvantage. Then you pop that, and now you're down. I mean, what you had 7 activations.
We'll go ahead and
And I had
play
9.
overwhelming
So I mean,
assault.
if that was still how she was,
It gives me critical blow because I get to pick one for each person engaging you. There's only one engaging you, and I'll choose critical blow for it. So yeah, so this attack I have critical blow,
You
thunder,
raise
and
the bar every
vicious.
time you play. Right? I feel like I'm unlocking achievements. Like one shot landed. Yeah, that should be nice.
So
this is good because no matter
Okay,
what,
so
obviously, I'm
3 auto hits.
and
That
I thought,
plus 3 more
I thought
for critical blow,
with
and then so that makes 10 hits.
the best thing to bring would be a hot rod.
That's a 10 hit off a chariot.
Yeah, I think you're overassuming how much of my damage is
it's-
based on.
Yes.
Now with Melisandre, that's
So it's hitting in the flank and it's sundering, so your armor's -2.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that.
But still, I'm definitely assuming that there's a panic coming my way.
2 sixes.
Well, I mean, think about how much value he gave me.
Which is their armor's a base 4, right?
He
So
basically
yeah, your 6s is all you get. So you got 2 6s.
I'm going to use the walk down the wall.
Done.
Yeah.
And you
Basically,
attack, I
vicious.
can choose 1 combat.
Yeah. I mean, it just brings the
And
back
they shift 2 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just lost 8 models,
I'm
by
just
the way.
like,
Here's the thing, Mance isn't even just a counter to something because Mance is really like answer to your team's weaknesses. Even if you don't have, even if I don't have a bunch of panic points and stuff, every time I hit you,
How's that for 1 swing off a chariot?
jeez.
I played that, gave him critical blow, and rolled 3 6s. So 10 total hits. Roll your, you got, and you're rolling at -3 to your morale.
I managed to one-shot a chariot and a man at the start.
Chariot's not that hard to do.
It's not.
He almost one-shot that off its starting attack. So
I one-shot a man with a man.
So 8,
That's my new
pass.
And with a -3.
Yeah, they are 5 points.
And then like
So
just
8. So you are 8 is exactly what you needed.
Yeah.
You almost failed it.
It wouldn't matter anyways because of one waiver.
I was gonna say, how
It's
did you
still
only
one
get-
wound.
Oh, okay, so you got a pretty decent attack back though.
That was his starter attack.
Yeah, that was
before,
his
so-
free. Yeah.
So now you have to heal them, because otherwise he's about to die. That's what.
6 back.
So you'll get. Yeah, you get 6 back though. Aiming, dude. Aiming's-
Yeah, but he's got 2 more chariots coming his way.
Oh yeah, I mean this number of chariots, like.
So
See, so these really big like alpha strike lists, you kind of have like it's sort of a gamble of like okay, if you don't move up,
no
like,
rerolls.
they can usually take objectives and just wait on you. But if you do move up like this, then he could surround a unit, create a disadvantage, and then you end up outnumbered to a point where you can't do anything.
But since you healed him back to 3 ranks, 3 automatic hits.
So many chariots.
Totals up to 5 hits this time. Sundering and Cleansing still. So 6s. Why did
7.
you roll like 7 dice?
Whoops.
It was 5.
2. 5.
So 3 more hits. Or moves through.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide like
It's another -3 morale save.
Well, you're getting +1, or is it close to the tree?
No, he's not. He's just out of it. So 2 more
Okay,
gone.
so that is 1 more gone because of one waiver.
For every rank they're missing, they take 1 less.
Yeah.
Very.
Okay.
So, yeah, what are you doing?
I will make the range attack.
Like that's what's annoying
So
with like
you're gonna
berserkers because
panic
they
your own
want to
people.
be at low rank to do more damage. But like most units, okay, if you're at low rank, you're still doing it.
yeah.
Why are you rolling a D3?
It's for the panic test.
Oh,
Yeah. So I have to
you're just doing the panic test first.
I like
Yeah.
Vance for the
Pass.
easing out of that. It's just
See,
but I
So that
think like
is
if it was a mount,
hits.
6 rolls.
if it was a
50
mount,
dice.
I think this would be the thing.
What's up?
I've never seen it before. I just wanted to look at it.
Game of Thrones, basically.
Okay, that is 4 hits.
They hit on 3s.
When an enemy in your range uses an or is targeted by an
Alright, so that did the 1
But at
damage.
least then I'm not taking, I have a better.
It's a Song of Ice and Fire. It's basically Game of
I
Thrones.
mean, because you can camp. Here's the thing. I will always be
No, you're fine.
everyone will always be fine.
Yeah.
So he will let me know.
With them? You not with the range, you don't.
Oh, you don't search for
Not,
that?
only on
Unless by
melees.
stone, unless by statue.
Okay.
Yeah, what's that made ever die?
Alright, so
I just, I think things like, I wasn't able to shoot harder, so do I bring, like,
Do you commit to an armor shredding list like giants or something?
yeah, or do I find, or do I try to make the
I mean, there's
anti-man, man's panic?
yeah, I mean, there's an argument. There's an argument to be made for like bringing one into otherwise like normal.
Yeah.
But then again, like my whole army minus 1 unit had 3+ armor.
Okay, so,
2 autos.
like, I think I would have had to have rock giant, and, mag 9, savage is 7, 8.
Alright, so you got 4 more.
I think savage is 7, and
What?
Giant is 8.
I think
4 more.
I would have had to take down Mammoth,
You're down to 2.
or like both on champions,
And then 1 more panic test. Maybe I'll kill a single. I'll get 1 kill in there.
I was sitting there, I was
Roll
thinking
them around.
I'm pretty sure I've never played any strategic standing splits. You've played a game where, mental
Doesn't matter because
test,
of one waiver.
face- I I never put them through.
That should be a minimum one, not just, oh look, you're missing stuff, so you don't take anything from panicking again.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's like Silence Men have a similar
Alright.
thing with their
Your
village
turn.
tokens. They don't take something from the image.
Stagnants. They have a -1 to like they take -1 again. Or well, the
I
stagnant.
know he's already activated,
Unless
so
they get Iron Resolve.
Yes.
you don't have a token on
The
him.
Silence Men project a -1 to enemy panic or enemy morale in short range. For every
I'm not
token they
moving.
have, and they also
Hmm?
take
That's not
-1
moving.
wounds within that district.
I mean, technically, you can just say skip. He doesn't want to, he's got that one there and he doesn't want to activate himself. He technically doesn't have to activate him.
No, you don't. As long as they're not against them, you don't have to do it.
So you're just gonna, you're gonna just put the activative token on him? Alright, so.
Should be waiting for me at home. So I'll have some tools to play with, and maybe see.
Stop there, that'll be
Steer is a big one.
two.
Steer is so I've seen Steer a lot as just like a very aggressive, you know, very
Just
punching to attack me. There's like then Defiance, then Supremacy.
Then Supremacy was what I was trying to think of.
One, two, three, and another.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's either Then Defiance or Then Supremacy, I don't remember, but I think he gets a final strike.
Yes,
And I think his final strike, it's either the Then Supremacy
You know,
or
we're
the
just
final
gonna
strike that
leave
gives
him,
you
you
a
leave him back there.
negative.
So that'll be his, we're just gonna pass
if you're
on
near
him.
Steer's.
It would probably be
Yeah, I think it's final strike.
because
Oh, you still got
it would
another,
make no sense
I
for
forgot.
them to be fighting for the crown.
Yeah.
So that bonus, that minus would be coming from somebody else.
Yeah.
Being
I'm pretty
Steer,
sure. So then Defiance is
Draw two
that's,
cards
That's
and
why I kind of want to steer.
place a token.
Because then Defiance is like I get to reroll a panic test, or if I'm with
What do you-
it's either
what do you
like
play?
if in short range or if I target
Weekend?
Steer's unit, I just
Yeah.
pass. It's kind of like your Azora High.
Alright.
I think it's if I'm within short range of Steer, I just pass it.
yeah, I mean, that's like the neutral part. The neutral command, type of part, it's just like a command, you can reroll panic dice, but if you're within short range of the commander, you just pass it.
Yeah.
Azora High is super, like, I think Azora High is better on like the non-special units, because it's like, okay, you don't pass the test, but you can't take more than one. Right, so if I'm getting a huge
And then
blade
for
in
his
charge on
normal
my
movement.
side, or a mel test or something, I'll pop this, I take one.
I'm surprised you didn't.
What? No, dude. I'm playing. Well, honestly, you know when I stopped playing? When I got champions.
That's a fair point.
Cause you ain't got anything else, right?
The champions was good.
I'm gonna put this up.
I thought it was gonna be.
I think
That
if I
didn't go
got
nearly about that.
if I got Tormag, I think I stood a better chance. But I would have been taking a lot more of those like spread fear panics.
Clash of Kings is a really sweet game, man. 'Cause, like, okay, your commander dies,
And like honestly, like I don't.
Well,
There's
that's my
not a
last
whole lot
action
of
after
reasons
this,
for
so
me
I
to
will
see myself
just.
playing those cards unless I got the separate.
I just want them, I want them to do something with extra duels, because then you just mess up. Like, this game mode, extra duels is this whole game mode.
Yeah. I'd rather run through Loris, you know, gets on you fast enough.
Well, and it's not like you can do anything.
Pass.
Extra duels is only on infantry. It literally doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that Academy should ever have it.
Or if if they did it, like make it to where you could target something. You know, either change the ability,
I'm gonna use bristle real quick. I'll be right back. I'll go ahead and
maybe like target
pitch both
infantry
of those,
attachment
so
or enemy
draw
control.
my cards when we get back.
Because I don't think his expert duel, like his attachment person have expert duelist.
Wait, what?
So like if they change it to target infantry attachment or enemy command. Does Caltrogas have does he have an attachment version?
No, he's only.
Okay, then yeah, there you go.
Honestly, here's what I think it should do, and this is just me. I don't think it should target commanders. I think commanders should be exempt from expert.
I like it for a little bit of fanatic. You know.
I get it. I'm just saying, like,
I get what you're saying.
it's so bad for balance.
Yeah, it like you said,
Like,
this game
no unit, like no army should be dependent. Like, well, if you kill expert duelist, this army goes out the window. It's like, okay, then we need to buff that army and fix that army otherwise. But like expert duelist, a one die roll deciding that a whole game doesn't work out, or a whole game mode.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, especially on something like I mean even well, I mean Punch Kings, if you kill the commander you get extra points. So like you're shutting down their team and getting lots of points.
yeah, like had you sniped Stannis, not only can I not have hit those extra points, you got 2 points for that.
Yeah. Plus like if I'm doing it like Lord's commander or Caltroga commander, that's another extra. Because my commander
So turn, and you use now watch is ended. Basically, when they destroy, I get to put their cards somewhere else.
No, that's not how that works. Remember? Okay. While attached, when another friendly Night's Watch unit is destroyed, you may discard this card. If you do, move a friendly attached card from that unit to this unit. So you need to put this on him or him.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
But yeah.
I'll put.
That's what I was trying to tell you last time when you kept trying to
Put it on the destination you want to move the cards. It's a little less reliable that way. So.
Alright, we're gonna put the grit on swords. She's going to. I'm gonna put her over on this one right here to this turn.
I don't really mind it.
Alright, so
Unless I'm like rushed for time, that would be similar.
give them the extra attack.
like even
Four
though I have,
dice.
like some of the like
We're going to play Overwhelming Assault again.
but still
Since there's 2 units engaged now, I get to choose 2 abilities. So we're going to do reroll and critical blow.
Who's making you attack? This one?
That one.
I would like to really want to play Will.
Got anything to do before I roll, or am I rolling?
Not to mention,
No, I guess not.
yes.
Just because I got person to the seat.
Later too.
Oops, shit. So, no, that's my commander's unit. In this, he's worth an extra 3 points on top of
You
them.
guys playing classic games also?
No, this one is the quadrants.
Oh,
So he's worth an extra 3 points in his quadrant, so I'm just leaving him back to hold a quadrant. Alright. I get the reroll because of overwhelming assault. So with critical blows from overwhelming assault, that makes 4 hits. So you're at -1 armor. So that's 2 hits. So imagine it's a 1 victory point for killing him.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Alright. That's turn 1 of round 2, so. Oh, I get to surge.
Yeah, I think scorpions, they're a bit unreliable for what they are, even as cheap as they are, which is nice.
But the thing is, there's so little to do with cavalry when you're not.
Yeah. Dude, when I played with Robert the first time, he had been losing to cavalry a lot, and so he was so in his own head. He brought those, and he put serrated placements on them, and just all kinds of things. And he was so distracted by one. I brought one cavalry unit. This was a 60-point game line, and that's all he cared about. Now, to be fair, it ended up being the cavalry game. Like it's not. Like this wasn't the ultimate danger. And Night's Watch doesn't have the best hand.
No,
It also
that's
doesn't
the problem.
help. Night's Watch needs a little time to ramp up cards, and him being so fast.
Were you-
get all over you.
Were you going to move that tempered by duty?
I already did.
Yeah, but it goes on him.
Yeah, it goes on him.
But
Yeah, no,
I thought you put it on. You had the card over here, so I thought it was on them.
No, it was on.
Okay, so then that's this card. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had that card sitting behind your archers, so it made it look like it was on the archers.
Oh yeah, the watch
Yeah,
on
that's
the wall.
gone. Yeah, no.
No, the watch on the wall is on him, but now his watch is ended.
Okay, so I thought, like I said, I thought that was all right. It is your action. You want to shoot with a. You want to do something, or you going to shoot with the scorpions, or you going to do something with someone else. Well, as long as they can draw line of sight from anywhere, correct? Or is it just when they're doing it full?
Only when they're doing the thing again, no one like the sight.
So you got to do the sixes only if you're going to hit him out of your line, or out of your. No, you see the square. Just want to make sure you're not about to. All right.
Actually, I think I'll just do. I use.
Okay, so it measures line of sight from any part of the tray, so you can actually still shoot at normal even from the side.
Yeah, they're really 360.
So that is.
So you're going to shoot with them.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you hit twice, you'll kill it, but if they get both hits to kill it.
One shy.
So one hits,
One hit. So that is.
2 damage. Okay, you just alrighty. They pass. So we will let him go. So we need to. And
Where's the Where's you should have got spotter.
Yeah, he did this one.
Yeah, you get a reroll when you're attacked.
Oh yeah, that's right.
okay, that's a little late on that one. That I'm already in the middle of a charge.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, you remembered it the first time because he rolled 8 dice his first turn because his score 1 hit. That's the one that attacks, so we'll just.
So you're in, you made it.
Yeah. In this case, but like again, that's generally if he gets to an emplacement, the emplacement's dead. Like,
So 1 hit because it's only 1 rank. So unless it fails its panic test, even at best rolls, it won't die. So 3 hits. It's what's its armor? Anything?
Yes. Is 5+.
So your 6s. Protected 1, so they took 2 damage. And make your what's their morale?
They are a 2+.
They're at 2+.
Yep.
So you got 5. They failed morale for 3 more wounds, so they just took 5 wounds. And that is on the chariot. It's your turn.
Actually, it's my fault. Never mind. It's already too late.
cannot do that.
Can't I just attack regularly?
No. You have to charge, and you can't charge because I'm out of your line of
Yeah,
sight.
you can't charge that.
You have to have line of sight when you declare the charge, then you pivot after you declare the charge. So literally, he can charge these two. You don't want to charge that. That's probably a bad idea. You can attempt to charge that, otherwise they don't have any other options to move. I purposely made sure I got out of your line of sight when I moved them there.
Gonna attack there.
Alright. They hit on 3, so 4 damage. And they're good. So. Now we're going to do start of a friendly turn. We're going to play battle endurance on them. Depending on what turn it is, they get growing buffs. It won't start till next turn. It does last the rest of it. It does attach for the whole game though. And
Elden Instrument has that card. It's such a good Well, I played against it on Loris in Bastard's Girls when I talked about earlier when he killed like half an army full unit. Battle endurance is a big part of that.
Can I retreat back?
when it's your turn to act it next. So right now, I'm doing the chariot over there is going to first move 6 towards your. So I'm going to do. There. He's in. So one auto hit.
3, they just said.
Hmm?
Since 3, they just said.
So 4 hits. So 3 damage on magic. Sundering and flank is -2.
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah, I think that's 6, so that's just 3.
So 3 damage and then a 5-up morale check for you. Well, see if you even.
Just not a promise. There.
Roll your morale. Who knows? May kill it. Make it lucky.
They have a cap on that.
No. Okay, you're past. So that is. Now it's your turn. So you move however you need to with whoever you're doing.
Probably pivot.
Well, you have to.
He has it set for charges. Or ready, set, release. Or
That's just going to be their action there. All right.
Is this your first play?
No, that's this is the first one. That's my one victory point I've scored.
Oh.
You got one victory point as well.
Are you guys just mentally keeping track of
That's
this?
the ring.
I know it keeps track of what round it is, but I'm talking about who's first player of this.
Oh yeah, I let him go first, so I'm on evens.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Rock Taylor got this thing from Robert, it's a little mini throne past it.
Too good. 3 auto hits. 15 for rerolls. Yeah, not as good as I'd like. So you got 4 hits. And 6 is up. 6 is on armor. So 2 armor, 2 go through.
It's not too bad for him.
Then you get a -4 to your morale.
Okay, I'm
Actually,
going to
-5.
I'm going to use the fire that burns against the cold. So I re-roll any.
Is that before or after?
After. You place after.
Yeah, so you can hold on to that if you want.
So
Yeah.
You said he was at -5.
-5.
5. Yeah, so you need
Rear armor, vicious, and in short range.
So fire that burns against the cold.
So do your rerolls.
So, yeah, probably. You don't have to reroll all of them. You could keep like the 5.
So yeah, because you can roll any of the dice.
Yeah, so you get to choose which ones to reroll.
Which keeping the 5 is still slim pickings, but
Yeah, so you got a 1 and 3. Oh, there you are.
2 and 3. Oh yeah, 1 and 3.
Yeah, 1 and 3 are getting it, and which is still a lot better than your chance of rolling a 10 is like a 1 and 6.
Can I attack them?
Yeah, and if you choose, you can pivot or you can leave it straight.
Yeah, you can leave it as it is, or you can turn it into a. It doesn't affect your attack. You don't lose any.
Yeah, I know. When you pivot, you don't lose it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you kill him, it's also like now you're facing your other enemies.
So let's attack. Make sure anything is 7s. 7. That's 3 hits.
And they take 1 damage.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's out panic.
Yeah, they'll panic. That having the best panic on free folks list doesn't help when you don't roll worth a damn.
Well, and even then, it's not like their panic's great anyways.
It's like 5.
I mean, 5's not bad, but like some of the monsters have
5 is
better
good.
than
Not even 1 hit though.
that. Mag has a 4.
Mag's a commander. If Mag had a over,
Mance gets you to 5, so like, I don't know, whoever. But Mance, to me, Mance.
you're gonna surge, you're gonna leave him.
I'll search. So that is.
So you
You
get
said
a
it on
free
the-
maneuver.
So that's 6.
Okay. We're going to should actually be. We're going to pivot. Big Rick makes them a 7. Just 7. So I need a 1. Hey, here. So, still 3. Seven. No, that's 7.
Those 3, he just put those as the auto hits for one for every one of your ranks. Sure, it's the only unit that does that. I think so.
Right now, I think it's specifically to the charge. Deadly impact. Anything with deadly impact can do that. That one was a 6. One of those was a 6 first. So that would be 6 hits instead of 6. Alright, so you got a, I think you're out of, did you move out of short?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yep, you're out of short. So now it's a -4 to your morale test. What does you do? Target's Night Watch unit while attached each time against condition token. Okay, so no, so that doesn't do anything right now. So just a -4.
You can use walk around the wall again. This time. This one.
After they're attacked. So if he still hasn't rolled the morale test, would that count as after the attack yet, or is it still during the
What does
attack?
it say?
It's after the attack that it triggers. So would he have to wait
So
till?
the panic test is part of the attack.
So yeah, you got it. So wait. Make sure you wait till you do the panic attack first, or panic roll first before you do that.
Sure.
So. And they
That
have
is
that.
1.
Okay, so still it's more pulling models off. All right.
It's like fighting a storm. Like a lot of people
Your turn. We'll put some. But the fact that they have so many stuff, like, oh no, I take less damage from this, and then here for 6.
Well, that's like people in the under berserkers or Mormont vet, and it's just like, well, I block, these many hits, but then I block 3 hits automatically on top of whatever I rolled, and it applies after you roll your dice. So it's like, well, I blocked all your hits, so I ought to pass the panic test, but I'm at my minimum rank, so I get full damage.
So it's going to go ahead and be your turn again, because I'm going to take the horses and the sword. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a unit here. We're going to set them. Set them up within long range, and you can go ahead and do your next action while I populate them if you want. You don't want to just go ahead and take your action while I'm putting models on the tray? I think all you got left is a NCU.
No, I can make them, right? And I don't think I activated one of my scorpions.
Well, no, but your scorpion will only be able to melee.
Yeah.
So,
And I can fire.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get one wound through it, that's true.
Yeah. They already made this turn. So
Oh, yeah, you're right, because they shot.
I will hit them with the crossbow.
okay.
6 sundering. Sundering is a -1 defense roll, right?
Yep, and
Yes.
it's going to be a flank, so I'll have
So it's -2, so you're passing only on 6.
a flank with a point on pictures anyways.
Yeah, either the sundering was 6 regardless.
That's 2.
So 2 damage. Go ahead and make your panic test as well.
-1.
They're good.
What's their morale? 5 or 6?
No, it's 5, so they're
Okay, yeah,
fine.
you're good.
Did your pass?
Did you
Yes.
really only get 2 hits on them?
Yeah, he did.
Sucks ass.
I think
The
it's
short range is nice for the rerolls, but like I feel like people they want that so bad that they'll put them in harm's way a lot.
Well, not really.
No.
They got nerfed. I don't want to play them. The problem is that I need something that can.
I think they're
stand
still
out.
pretty good. I think they are. I think
Yeah,
they're good
they're-
they are good for this situation. So against free folk, I don't think they're very good. Against Rathian, against certain Greyjoys, Lannister.
The problem is that they're the only ranged unit that Night Watch has besides the range of trackers,
You're correct.
which I like a lot more.
I
To be
You're
honest,
gonna punch with your Scorpion crew? Because it's your turn now.
because I mean, I definitely.
I think these guys are better than trackers.
I think trackers are better. Trackers, thing the trackers give is that they give Night's Watch out for strike like a lot of damage, which is what they kind of are.
You know what?
Very, very flimsy.
Something that makes these guys a lot better, honestly, is pip. You give them pip. Whenever someone attacks you, you get a retreat after. So it's hard to keep you glued to somebody. So you're set for charges. You're always getting to make sure you can range attack.
Let's go back down and once again, just because it's like.
I'd give it one of these guys for that. I think these things can be incredible. Like they either win you the game or you lost because they didn't do anything.
The 18-inch deployment zone, I mean, come on. With cavalry.
Oh, you guys had an 18-inch deployment
The zone.
Fuck, hell, I forgot. I've played this game like once or twice. I don't like
I
it.
think I got to his Scorpions on round 2.
Fucking Jerry.
Okay, then I get one hit. And then.
Free, 6.
Take a damage. Yeah, you take more and more damage. You stabbed them in the cheek and they freaked out.
So you did what? 4 with their attack?
He did 1 wound with the attack
And then the 3 on the panic. Yeah, they just lost their shit.
Finally.
Dude, panic damage shows up when you don't expect it all the time.
No.
Yeah, there's like no reason he should fail this test, but it failed.
But you did fail.
Yeah, dude, like
Although I'm gonna be honest, I think the free folk are in general like high attraction because their cavalry does cavalry better than a cavalry.
Free Folk has 1 cavalry. This is a siege weapon.
so. I think so. Right now, if you and this could have changed today because that website updates daily, but according to Song of Ice and Fire stats, like Free Folk and Night's Watch have re-emerged as their own little group, and Baratheon's a good bit behind as the 3rd. And then, but like Free Folk and Night's Watch each have 4 commanders in the top 10. So like they make up 8 of the top 10 between those 2 factions.
Yeah, you got 4 ranks.
They've got a lot of the higher rated units. Raiders are like, I think the highest rated infantry by like win rate. Like Raider spam to me is what makes Free Folk so annoying.
So you're taking 6 hits to the rear.
The thing is that like
The chariots are made of paper is the big thing, and like it.
Yeah.
Every time I play against the chariots, it bites them. They just die immediately.
if I'm gonna be honest, if I didn't have 18-inch deployment zone, I think the Scorpions would have made a lot more work. So we got 6.
I think crossbow men with pip is pretty good answer for chariots.
6. So that's 5 hits.
Just make sure they don't get to your sides.
Yeah.
That's kind of a hard thing for.
That's hard to do.
It's hard for
Night's Watch are so easily outnumbered. Like getting up to 5 good activations for you guys, is pretty hard. Or like 5 good combat units, is pretty good.
Alright, so you've got a -5 morale test.
Yeah, I think the stone throws are better.
Wow.
Artillery.
One-
Critical. Look at 3 and 1.
Well, that's the die 3 being a 1 is to your benefit, so
Yeah, that's a good one, but it's just like 3 and 1 and seriously.
so you're in CU.
Yeah, he was having a tough time. I put 1 True King Stannis, and I brought Solis in stream, which I've literally never run. Got my Queensman morale was at a 3, like even without sitting on a real retreat. And they're also dealing a wound every time they pass benefits or a morale test.
And make them make a morale test. -1 to the roll.
Oh, well, that's all Nick. And I'll kill him then from the crown. This is the worst I've actually ever rolled on morale tests for them.
Then we get that. That's pretty big. That helps.
So we'll spend their action to get rid of that.
Did you grab your point?
No.
These are 3 points.
Yeah, you get a point. Do they have point tokens for these guys? I've seen these tokens on Etsy.
How are y'all today?
Yeah, no, I got this from eBay.
Oh, okay. So the guy who the original seller, I guess, or whatever, is on Etsy. Maybe
They'll probably sell
it might. They might be selling it. People do that.
probably.
Probably sell that.
So that is my. I don't think I did anything with them, so I will attack the
You shot one.
Yeah.
You shot
Oh,
the
you've
chariots.
already done
Oh, yeah,
it.
you shot. They're done. You might be activated out.
He is. That's
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just looking for the radar card. But yeah, I think Tabletop is definitely. I don't know, like just my feeling. I think Baratheon and Free Folk are pretty close to each other in terms of like how well they do on the board.
So
Free Folk are above them.
I think a lot of it comes down to faction on faction matchup. Some factions are better matchups for others, and also the play style within what you're doing. Because this chariot spam right here, this is a very different thing to fight with giants or something like that. But like this hurts because playing Night's Watch, you need a little time to get the cards on the board. Because your units in a vacuum, or Night's Watch units in a vacuum by themselves, are not the best for their cost. It's the cards buffing them up that turns them into these elite units where you're like, okay, this one guy is not so hard to kill, and he's getting all this healing. Like, the cards are really good. Free Folk is such a wild card faction because it doesn't play like any other faction. It's got some of the weirdest cards and abilities. If Free Folk had neutrals unit, like, they would be so good.
they would actually be able to compete in certain aspects.
I mean, Free Folk is, again, like the highest rated like faction in the
But
game.
it's primarily the Raiders fan.
It is. Well, they've got 4 different commanders in top 10.
Who are the other? Who
Like
before it was
Steer.
only Max.
It's like steer, because it's probably changed since like last night. But I usually like looking in there just to get kind of an idea of like, okay, how did like this new set of boxes change? Let's see here. So Night's Watch and Free Folk are easily number 1 and 2, and then like they're a 3-point difference. Baratheon is 20 points under Free Folk.
Is it my first go?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, so the top commander is Mance. Steer is at 5. Great Walrus is at 9. The Weeper and Tormund are at 11 and 12. So, but you've got 5 commanders in the top 12. 5 of the top 10 are Night's Watch. Awful, Donald, Cotter Pike, and then 2 of them are neutral commanders that play in Night's Watch. That's Harpo Boat and Bruce Bolton. Bruce Bolton.
Who what?
I'm thinking about Bruce Bolton's like the 10th rated, but like Bruce Bolton in Night's Watch. Number 10 best commander according to this website. That's in trying to think
He's
of how
not
many
going to hear all that. You'll get,
He's gonna read a
you get. You get
Yeah, you'll
1
get-
and then 3 on there, so 4.
So we're still 4.
because he hasn't, because the ranks thing doesn't trigger for him.
You're missing ranks.
Turn 3.
Yeah, the only Baratheon commander in the top 10 is Eldon Westermark, and then you got to go down to like 16 to get Stannis, One True King, Loras. Again, like a lot of it comes down to the matchups and be like, okay, the way you like to build, there's going to be somebody you meet that like plays a certain way that just doesn't match up with how you play certain way, right? So, I run into people who play a lot of auto wound lists with Rose Knights or something. It's like, okay, this is fine. Like a heavy armored unit, but like if he just punches your armor freely, what does that matter? Playing against giants with really slow heavy armor, I'm at a disadvantage now because I can't block any of this.
These do really great against giants. Because they can only take giants can only take I think like 2 wounds per each hit.
Again, now against giants, you technically can't use stone throwers because they can't target solo units.
Yeah.
But against like cavalry and stuff, even against cavalry, I think the stone thrower might be better.
Don't those solo units?
You can't shoot solo.
Nope, stone those can't solo. So,
It would be really fucking stupid if they could, because you'd be 1 one-shotting or two-shotting like certain units. Like, oh, and my 2 armor Dragonstone Nova, what the fuck's he gonna do this? Like, Stone Throw, it's gonna delete him before the end of the first round.
That just makes me want to get. I'm just gonna smack one with the bow.
Dude, just put Peter on the bags and then use the swords, so now I can't even fucking heal it before you get to shoot again.
Well, the Giants have that boulder throw.
Yeah.
It's a straight die 3 wound, so it's an opportunity just like boulder throw, no boulder.
Or the Awful Bomb for Night's Watch.
We're gonna start a friendly turn. We're gonna play another battle endurance. Would like to see some variety of stuff. So far, I've literally been pulling doubles of stuff instead of getting.
Dude, I've had so many doubles in my opening hand. Be like, okay, I like Stag's Wit. I didn't need 2 of them right now.
Well,
I was really looking for something else. I can't throw both of them away 'cause it's a good card, but
Yeah,
like,
I know.
So
I never really get
that.
pulls on
You
my.
got one of those. You got. It's the second. This is 2 battle endurances. It's like, come on, what the fuck? I even split these up. I didn't like put everything in a pile charge trade. I separated everything into 6
Yeah.
individual cards in different spots.
yeah. I've been trying to.
All the games I've played, like, it's always like the last time I remember I played Greyjoys, I pulled all of his was dead and never died. I couldn't kill a human.
Dude, what is Dead May Never Die? So when I was teaching this guy to play, I was playing for Philip. Philip was like started it, but he's like, I gotta do Friday Night Magic. Can you take it for me? And it's like I feel very ritual. I pulled both of the What is Dead May Never Dies in the same room. This guy's plan. This kid's plan of like finishing this. You can play that twice in the same unit. It's just only take the like punishment effect for it once, so you don't keep like both of them on there, which actually is a good thing for What is Dead May Never Die.
Chariot is gonna punch here.
Okay.
No autos, but because of battle endurance, I get to reroll this. So 3 hits.
I will spend the weekend token.
Okay. Yep, no.
They can't. They're not in line of sight with this.
Yeah, they are, because you can draw an unblocked line like this. Because you can draw it from anywhere on your thing. They get to shoot 360. It is weird how range and line of sight are measured so differently. We're like, okay, you got someone kind of shooting around corners, but it is the way it is.
Well, he's got long range anyway, so the range won't matter, but you're supposed to. All ranges are supposed to be drawn from the arrow. Line of sight's
Yes,
different.
range is drawn from the arrow. Line of sight is drawn from any part of the tray on the front, unless in his case you can draw from anywhere. But he can shoot through that gap because 360.
Okay, so I will melee attack them with these folks.
Okay. Or what?
Okay, 3 on 4.
You talk just a little loud.
He's melee attacking their three.
I know. 1.
Something.
I'm going to play Sword of Darkness on them. I get to reroll my attack, or they become panicked and vulnerable. Excuse me. Because they haven't activated.
That's a like a game effect I don't like to try to rely on too much. Is something that hasn't activated. Like cutthroats have that, and so do bloody mutters.
You're gonna.
Could I expend the vulnerable?
Well, I would, because he's got 5 minutes. You only need 1 more. Or is that a panic?
These 5 wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the expend the vulnerable.
What are you rolling dice again for?
Can't I expend the vulnerable token?
No.
I
Vulnerable
reroll my
rerolls his
dice.
dice.
You don't.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's
Okay, that kills me.
okay. Because of that, I will take the black as well. I restore 4 wounds to
I need to get
What is
short
this?
range.
I will choose my crossbow.
Take the
So that is one thing that really pisses me off about the free folk stuff is everybody has 10 times more healing than free folk does. Like,
Yeah,
literally
you guys,
every
you
fucking
don't.
army.
Yeah, I don't. Do you have any healing tactic cards?
No. We have 0 healing tactic cards. Everyone's like, oh, dude, heal 4, heal 6, heal 5. I was like, come on.
Baratheon has conviction.
Baratheon has by far the most.
Renly has no. I don't have any issue.
That's still Baratheon. Baratheon still has the most.
I just can't.
healing.
I don't play any of it. I don't own any of Renly's units. The only Renly stuff I own is what came in the starter set. So I don't play Renly. So I don't know nothing about that. Night's Watch has good healing. There's someone else. Greyjoy's got the most healing. Dude, Greyjoy easily gets the most healing. It's not even close.
Well, then Tim doesn't use any of it because
He doesn't like the Reavers or the Reapers. They've got a bunch of healings. The Blessed by Steel, Blessed by Stone has good healing. There are some of the healing units, like the new Drowned Men. They hand out healing. They've got a lot of healing. Fucking zombies.
Cool. That's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm really playing ads for Star Wars Rebellion.
For what?
Star Wars Rebellion. That game isn't
Still,
even.
they still sell it, so why would they not?
I guess, but they only have like 2 games. I love
Is that
it.
like a D&D type thing?
Do what?
Is that like a D&D type thing?
No, so it's like a war game. It's like Risk or Axis and Allies. That's a lot of fun because it's so much more like. So those other games are a lot of like just moving units and positioning and trying to find. This is a hide and seek game. I've got the hidden rebel base, and you're playing the Empire, and you're outgunning me everywhere, and you're like spreading over the board trying to find me. But we're both playing all these mission cards in addition to moving armies, and so like okay, like I'm gonna send Luke to seek Yoda, and now he comes back Jedi Luke, and he's a lot better, and like dude, it's so much fun. I love it. That game's cool. I got a used copy like a year and a half ago for that game retails at like 90. I got it for 45 because it was used. Decent position, but it had all the components that I was like, oh. I only get to play that game every so often. That game takes a long time. It takes a long process. Especially your first game, because you have to learn how to do everything. Every round has a bunch of sequences, but like it's cool and it's very thematic. You're like, yeah, I'm sending Boba Fett out to try and capture one of your characters, and then I'm gonna interrogate him to find some information. Great.
Sounds fun.
He captured Jedi Luke last time I played it. He was gonna freeze him in Carbonite and then use Lure of the Dark Side. And if he had gotten both of those, I lose 2 reputation, which means the game goes on 2 more rounds.
Okay.
That is 7 attacks.
You've honestly, this has literally come down to he's gotten so fucking lucky on dice rolls.
I think a lot of it is the chariots, while they got damage, their damage is so front loaded on the charge that if they don't blow it up immediately, if he survives, like
No, it's straight up luck rolls. Because if I hadn't, literally, I passed that, but then I got it down missed by 1. Then this shit over here, I'm rolling like 3 3s on morale tests for the chariots that should be passing easily. That he's just wiping out. He's killed 3 of these have died to panic tests. He hasn't just done straight damage. It's been panic tests to finish them off when they should pass most of those. It's
yeah, but a lot of them are
really
like
lucky.
-1.
Okay, so he's getting really lucky on them, on me failing panic tests. That's where 3/4 of my kills have come from.
Okay, because of time by duty, you gain 1 condition on them, and that is a vulnerable. Dice.
That's Alice or Dennis Malice.
Is 5 hits.
So that would have been 3.
Now have you reroll saves.
So 3 damage goes through. No, 4 damage, but that is 1. 5 up, so that kills him. So he's killed 2 from damage, 3 from panic test. It's luck. at that
Yeah,
point.
he's also rolled some really shitty attacks so too. Like his spear,
been hit-
his
he's hit-
spearman earlier, dude. He threw like 7 dice and got like 2 hits. That was really.
Yeah, I know that was.
And yet,
You get a surge forth and point.
but then again, he does 1 damage. He does 1 successful hit for 4 damage. That's still, it's pure luck on that. It's more luck than it is. It's more luck on shitty dice rolls than it is anything else right now.
Search forth. Will I search forth though? I don't know if I want to.
I mean, you could hold this point just as it is.
Yeah, no, I won't search forth.
Surge forth can go anywhere. It is a maneuver, so you could go sideways.
In that case, yeah, I'll go sideways.
Okay, that's even better.
It's just their base movement, so.
Yeah, they have 6.
Oh, they move on 6.
Yeah, no, no, 5, 6.
Okay, so I would go back to the intercept. That was
Mine.
I was gonna say, we've got, like, I think shout out to our spearman and against certain things are pretty good. A lot of, like, I was talking to Robert and he was so afraid, he was so bent on using these. It's like, I think if you're so paranoid about cavalry, that's the answer.
Yeah, that's why I like it. And I like it because, like, on their medium ranks, they still have full strength. That's the
Most
dirty part.
pike units are. Most spear and pike units are that way. They and the fact is, as long as you don't give up their flank or the rear, because they can still use their free attack on the flank. Now, when we played in the tournament, you had the unfortunate luck of having to deal with Davos. Davos can turn out, and that's like. I did the same thing with when I played Jack before. He's used unsullied pikemen to have that same ability. Like it's pretty. It's also good for dealing with stagnites, anything with resilience. You can't play tactics cards either, so like, that's just Davos. Either like Davos can do a lot. It's just you only get 3 uses, and so like you gotta be careful not to waste them. You can burn all of those in a round.
I told you about fucking doubles. I've only had 4 different cards out of about 9 to 10 cards. So that's ridiculous the amount of.
This is a pretty cool, if you think of this from a macro war thing, you sent out the chariots, like they've done a lot to soften the army up, and then now come
Well, no, apparently Aemon does more healing than chariots can do damage, so.
Aiming
That is
hits.
that is a broken
I
card.
can't.
right there.
Every time I've ever tried to like list those matchups, I can't not win.
Yeah, you can't not bring it.
Like it's aiming
How
and
many
whoever.
points is he?
He's 4.
Yeah, he needs to be 5 minimum. That is not. He is broken at 4 points. He needs to be 5.
This thing.
He's auto through
Because he does it in addition, he doesn't replace.
The problem is if you nerf him, he is one of these balance things though that like he's so integral to how everyone plays Night's Watch that if you nerf him, the faction.
That alone means he's too cheap. If he is an auto tool for every army ever,
That's
he's-
what they need. What that means though is that they need to nerf him in some way, but they can't just nerf him and let that be. The faction will hurt so much.
a single point isn't a huge nerf, but it literally he's too cheap.
I mean, that's how conscripts were. Like they were expensive. They made them 1 point more expensive, and then nobody rings for them.
Yeah. Well, here's the
Because
thing. When I,
this is the same thing GW does at every list. When a single
You're not wrong. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying where I was going with that is that they should nerf him. They need to give a little strength back somewhere. Like, not with him, just somewhere else, right? The faction, like a tactic card, should get a little better.
well, the thing is that
give him 2 to 3 charges at maximum, so that he's not
That's also
healing,
not a horrible way.
so that he's not healing 25 wounds in a game by himself.
Yeah, Eamon's kind of the one, like especially round 1 and 2, you're kind of starting, especially round 2 for most of the time, you're starting to trade things. It's like, okay, can I get him to use Eamon on the board before I attack? Can I raise my archer or something? Otherwise, Eamon's going to get that healing even if he's taking the bags.
you move through other
Your units, yes.
As long as you don't overlap at the end.
Yeah, at the end. So you can't change this charge right now because you have no space to fit here. But if you say you were engaged with half of them, you could charge through yourself. Because when you shift to your facing, when you shift your facing and you have to be at least half engaged with them, it's half of their facing, of the defender's facing. So like you could attack with these guys and shift, and that makes space. As stupid as it seems.
So I will.
But you can't charge you anyways because you don't have on this side.
I think I'll make an attack with them. Two scorpion for now. Them.
You're the only person who literally doesn't give a shit about your own people.
I did that.
No.
I had a whole list that was built for that. Because I was triggering panic tests to then heal and deal damage for passive panic tests. I'm a 3+ hero.
What's
Well, it's not
Barathi?
override, that's stance. That's a Monster King stance.
You can't say it's not Barathi when it's still Barathi.
Yeah, I mean, again, like,
Here's the thing, though, like, my morale is so high.
dude, that's just night watching there. Yeah, your
It's
morale's
like
very good.
I'm gonna,
Oh, you've got.
I'm going to probably like pass it. So, one hit. That's 2. That's 4 damage.
It also is. Make your panic test.
That's 7.
What's their base?
5.
Okay, barely pass.
Yeah, so it's a 6.
That's a pass. Even with a negative.
He's shooting you in the side.
That one right there.
Oh, is it that one shooting?
Yeah,
you?
it's
Oh,
good.
I'm sorry. I thought this was it.
No, this guy.
But you're within one of the pixels.
I'll keep doing it for you.
Yeah, you're at 6.
Yeah, it comes again. It's a panic test kill. He's killed 2 models with actual damage.
I'm gonna be honest. the
On a
Panic Test
6 is
not
pretty
friendly.
What?
The Panic Test is not very friendly to you this week.
No, that's the only reason you're winning is my panic tests. For again, one of the best morale units for just free folk in general has failed almost all of their panic tests.
These guys have vicious though. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
see,
those shots are vicious.
Yeah, we haven't even been using the
you
vicious.
got to tell me what your stuff does. You don't. You leave it too vague, way too much.
Yeah. Yeah, so that would have been a -3 anyway, so you needed a 8. I don't know why I even thought about it. I was like, where am I going? What am I
Where do you want to go?
Hold your position. I'm still thinking about what I'm doing.
Okay. No worries.
This card, I fucking hate this card so much. This card has kicked me in the balls so many times. It's never cost me a game.
That's the first time I've ever used it.
This card's super. Like it can be a little tricky to get because you have to sit on it. Like if you draw this in your opening hand, you're like, how many turns, how many rounds are going to get by before I get pop this?
Yeah.
Right. When on alternatively, I can be drawing some of these bow type cards. Where like, okay, this is a buff for the rest of the game. Like,
Yeah, I know. Like this gives me re-rolls. It gives me extra stuff.
round 1, I'd probably toss this. If I drew 2, I'd keep it.
That's the first time I actually pulled it off.
Yeah, so when we played against, Will and I played against Dom and Taylor, and I hit, we were doing 2-on-2, and Melisandre, I hit one of Dom's, like, Ironborn archers, because he had Swarm Brothers that were archers in the back, like hitting him in the back, and Iron Makers in the front. Well, I Melbombed the archers, killed him, he popped Take the Black, so that he got the turn facing into the Iron Makers and got back up to full health from missing a ring. And it's like, well, this fight just got a lot better.
Yeah.
Like Swarm Brothers can win that fight. It's possible for them to kill off. Yeah.
For me though, like I looked at Swarm Brothers and said, okay, these guys are really good for like attacking, but I still like the Shadow Screamer.
I like the Shadow Screamer. I like the veterans.
Yeah, that's usually what I play like more like less cav, like more against. I put them in like more against infantry.
Yeah.
Because same thing with like the obviously the rock thrower, include those two in there, and it's very tricky for infantry to actually be able to hit.
I like Donald in vets. Donald gives him Sundering if you have the bags. But the real thing is he has really good defensive cards. Like for example, if you got a unit that's about to get pounced on, right, by a couple of units, defensive formation, you don't get any charge bonuses, rear bonuses, or flank bonuses against them, and they get like some other defensive bonus, and it's like until they
tactics card or
it's a tactics card, yeah. It's just it lasts until their next activation, but like you can put them in if they're in a bad way.
You can't attack, but you turtle like everything. So.
He also has Lash Out. That's I
like
fuck
Lash
that
Out.
card.
I first used Donald, but it was
I think
he had infantry, so it didn't really work out very well.
I
But
still think it works even against infantry. I think it just depends on the matchup. Like I think the reason I think he works even into like Rathian is that he makes that unit hard to hit, which is always nice. You've already got this card. The Sundering, the ability to get Sundering, especially if you bring Peter as one of your NCUs, so like Peter and Eamon. Peter can always, if you really need it this round, he can guarantee that you have it. Like pop Peter's thing once per game, boom, I own the bags for the rest of the game. It's very good.
For right now, I'm going to just put you three in the situation. I have an idea for bringing you in. So you're going to play a guy named, not Jeff, Greg. You're going to play Greg for right now. Yeah. It's all
I will use
and I will give you a page of this guy.
Yeah, do you want to do bonus first? You do many.
Yeah, no, I'll take the effect first, and then I'll use balance effect.
What is how's he? What's he worth?
So Bowen lets you pick up 2 cards. You get to keep one, put the other on the bottom.
Okay,
So he's going to get to draw 3 cards total.
So and it's just in addition.
In addition.
See, that's also everybody's got all the NCUs that are like, here, do this plus whatever zone you take, and free folks 90% of replace or don't, one or the other. You don't get both. But everybody else has all these NCUs that gives them both.
See, I think at the top end, Free Folk has some of the craziest cards. I think Endless Horde can be.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying, trying to keep it in perspective that, like, okay, every faction has their shit.
Free Folks is not the strong. I will no way say Free Folk is all this crazy stuff when there's so many. When you have so many command decks that just put Free Folk to shame. Free Folk have some useful commanders, but their generic deck is not nowhere close to being like the best. Their generic command deck needs a lot to be desired.
They need a lot of teamwork. Like Free Folk need a lot of teamwork.
Here's what I wish they would do with Free Folk. Weaken the strongest units a little bit, and then buff the shit that nobody plays.
Yeah.
Oh no, they already nerfed shit one of our strongest units. That's why we lost Mammoths as being a competitive choice.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Mammoths are okay, but
Mammoths
not
are
great.
nowhere close to being competitive like they used to be.
Like they used to be, no, but I think that's the thing. They used to be an issue. I think
what-
if they nerfed Raider play, like if they took away insignificant on Raiders, if you bring the free attachment, and then give someone else something good, like buff someone else, like this is Free Folk, right? This is their best shit. This is most of their other stuff.
Like Trappers.
Like this.
Trappers straight, they took insignificant off of Trappers and then did nothing else to them. They just nerfed Trappers.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty.
They
It's
nerfed Mammoths. Mammoths need to at least drop by a point to be worth what they're, to be able for people. They're 6 right now, but that's not worthwhile. That's not worthwhile. That's too.
I think for 6, how hard they can hit you. I think that's not worth it.
For 6, they're too expensive. What they do is too expensive at 6 points. Because you can't hold objectives with them. You can hold objectives with a dog, but you can't hold objectives
So
with
when
them.
you have that many keywords on a unit like that and it moves on a 6, you gotta real careful about how we go. And it has 3+ armor. Like it's,
Power now.
It's the only thing that has 3 armor enemy.
yeah, but again, that's still 3+ armor.
There's still no one. That's why they took mammoths out of competitive by taking their one good ability off of them.
To clarify, the little like champion circle you guys were doing, I'll let you decide. But it's either on. Oh yeah, I'll clarify in a second. You all run like a cleansing circle to like connect with the earth and a bunch of hippie shit. This one or this one, and then all of like where the blue lines are is water. With these bridges, this one's broken and that one's broken. So yeah, basically. Yeah, you want to get the t-shirt? Do you want this guy for your little drink?
You're not shooting.
Yeah, I know.
He's just measuring the shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm just moving.
Thank you.
Just to see.
You know, it is possible for like 1 or 2 units in the game to charge outside their range. Like even like straight on, even without playing any kind of angle, like range, like goofiness. Like there's ways. I think it's Arma to get you up to a 13-inch charge, so that you can charge from outside there, and then their thing technically doesn't apply because you're not in range.
That's everything I've got.
I got 2.
I think I definitely think I like that. And I get it, like they did hit, but I still think it's
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I
Here-
love
crossbowmen before were so they with them in conscripts, like that combo
Yeah,
was
everyone's
dude.
massive.
Will came to the last tournament in February. He fucking cleaned everybody up. Like we had a guy playing Targaryen, like Unsullied, he ran through Tim, and then he ran into Will, and Will beat him like 10-3 or something. Like it was bad. No, I think I would look at Pit. Pit gets you a free retreat anytime they get to
I always try to bring these 2
If you go with your
NCUs.
last session, whatever you lost,
Here, you want to see like
replenished by the short rest you got in between. For you to get a short rest in between if you want.
here,
I'm
like
trying to bring 2 NCUs, but I don't know. If I took one out, I could bring more stuff up for
do not go below 2 minutes. That's such a disaster for us in this game.
Depends on what you're running. Mag and them, you could do 1, but you still don't want to.
I'll show you. I've been going back and forth with this of these ideas with people.
Early scratch, and then
Here's another example of why Amon is overpowered for his healing. 5-point neutral can heal for 5 wounds once again. At 5 points.
But
that's
it's
all.
not in addition to its action. You can just do that whenever.
Yes, so Amon gets to heal in addition to whatever he chooses.
We're not disagreeing that he's not overpowered. It's that 5 points.
He needs to be
at
5
a moment
points.
like you. So Amy at his most to heal you 5 wounds. You drop Tycho on the back. That could be at 8, dude. Like you know how many times against Jack that I had to deal with called Drogo.
Tycho is once a game at 5 points though. Amon is 5 wounds at 4 points every turn of the game.
Yeah. Well, it's 1 to 4. Depends on the range. 1 to 4.
What unit is
Every
this?
turn of the game. That's a tracker.
Trap.
Yeah, so you're looking and
Here's the thing. I don't understand why people play Tycho so much. I don't get it. I think he's kind of a crutch for a lot of people. I just don't
well,
think.
it's those people don't have access to healing every single turn
So
of the
do
game.
you get points for every zone you control? Like
Yeah, so I got
Yeah.
1 point. So that's taking me to 5.
do you not control that one?
He has, yeah, you have
You
two.
get- you have both.
You have 2 zones.
You each have 2.
6.
I was trying to figure. I've only played this game once. I did not like it.
So it's your first move or not?
Yeah, it's my. I got first action.
Yeah.
yes, all of them. He's completely fresh eyes. Yeah, the whole thing on the left, all yours, but take it.
I was just gonna see about the nerf for that hospital guys. Although they were pretty powerful at just like, oh, it's only charged for thing
I'm going to do the recap this week. I'm not going to roll for it. Because one, there's too many people that
If it was by like
die
the
for
flanks, I could see. But I don't know.
Alright, and like, you could change out the commander for whoever you want, but like, oh, not quite.
What happened? What happened? Hey, you got what happened last week? So last week, after having a little bit
Okay,
like an investigation into, it seems some sort of like common enchantment amongst all the members of Hardwood, having some sort of modification to their memory, it seemed, followed the only lead they could seemingly, well, there's multiple, but the
I think this is a
lead
pretty
that
decent
somehow managed to
5-unit
follow
list here.
Roadway
Aiming at Peter
into
for
the
these.
Sedmore Swamp, where the detention bog is on the Withermore campus, the sort of area of
Veterans with
more focused on the
build a crossbow with pip, cold hands, bolt and blackguards. I think blackguards are pretty
going
good.
through the swamp.
Just because it's a cheaper, non-7-point unit. That, like, you can stick it here, it won't.
We're not. We shouldn't be. The game's over.
Where everyone survived.
Because you've scored 4 points from objectives and you've killed all the cherries. You've already won.
Yeah, that's 10.
So,
Yeah, again, pure luck got him 3 points because of me rolling horrific panic tests.
So,
Just
sort of
gave him
fighting some
points.
bug creatures, narrowly avoiding something that was
so I will
floating
shoot
through the
at
water
them.
on their
What
shore.
part of
He's saying the
Game's
game's
over.
over.
And then watching
You're at 10
You're
points.
already at 10 points.
You control 2 of the quadrants for 2 rounds, or like the equivalent, 4 points. You killed 6 chariots. Each
oh
of
yeah,
those.
oh you get.
Okay,
I
let's
was
take a
after
break.
all of that,
Yeah, you get a point for every kill. No, so in any game mode, unless it has something like insignificant, anytime you kill a unit, you get 1 point.
Okay.
That is by default.
Let's just put this into his perspective about more on him. Amon's healed 18 wounds this turn, or this game.
Yeah. And it's.
He had healed 6 every turn.
Okay, well, yeah, he's at his top end. That's a lot.
He healed 8 or 6 every
Well,
single
don't count
turn.
the bags though.
That's still him claiming. Okay, so
Okay, but by that same rationale, anyone can kill 9.
So he's healed by himself a full unit. 12 points of wounding just of his.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I do think
That's why he
aiming-
needs to be 5. He minimum needs to be 5 points.
I don't know.
Yes, he
It's such an auto.
6
When
points.
you have someone that does 5 once a game, it's 5 points, and Eamon does 12 by himself in 3 rounds, and he's cheaper.
I could see fire, but it's not more than 5. It should not be a 6 point.
I didn't say 6 points. I said he needs to be 5 points.
You said at least 5.
Yeah.
He's too cheap at 4. 4 is way too cheap
I
for
wouldn't mind seeing them adjust him.
I think 5
And
points
then
would
as
be
the rituals
pretty,
started
actually
sort of
like
entering
pretty
its
fair.
Yeah, I think I could see him at 5 points, and I think he'd still run him. I think he's strong enough for that.
tentacle creatures called Displacer. Sort of stalking out of the swamp all the way.
The list building for Night's Watch is so tricky because everything you guys want to run is 7 fits. Do you want to run 4 units and 3 NCUs? Like if there's ever a faction to do it with.
Because we're about to
Tricky.
Oh, is that what you are? Word.
Cool beans.
I am
Yeah, it was my first win. Nice.
so,
Cool beans. Yeah.
which side of the swamp are
That's a
you
scary